All right, guys, this one may split the room because I have the Phoenix Trinity Low Pro from the Honest Outlaw video. Will this thing run? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. I'm excited about today's video, although I do think it's going to be a controversial video, but it shouldn't. So, like you, I saw the same video that Honest Outlaw made while he was running that Phoenix Trinity pistol and seemingly having a ton of problems. So, I know the guys over at Phoenix Trinity, so I reached out and I said, hey, send me that gun. I am curious. For me, when I watched that, I couldn't understand why that gun wouldn't run. So thankfully, I was able to talk the guys at Phoenix Trinity into sending me the exact gun out. I have the exact gun here in this box. It has not been opened since it left Honest Outlaw. So before I go any further, I'm going to take a second and say this isn't a video about Honest Outlaw. I have no opinion on him particularly. I don't know Honest Outlaw. I've never met him. That's totally irrelevant from the video. All I care about is this pistol. And like I said, I couldn't understand why this thing wouldn't run. So I'm very grateful that I was able to get my hands on it. I'm not being paid by Phoenix Trinity for this video. I simply contacted them, asked them to send me this out, and eventually they agreed. And it is in this box, like I said. We're gonna break it open and we are going to put it through some paces, see if it runs, and see if it runs with 115s, 124s, 147s, put it through some drills. And if it does run, maybe we can try to recreate some of those malfunctions. And if it doesn't, maybe we can get it up and running. We'll see. I don't really know what we're gonna get into. This is all up in the air at this point. I don't even know what we're gonna find exactly in this box. It's gonna be fun, but I want to address a couple other things as well. I think there's gonna be doubters that say, that's a different pistol, they fixed that pistol, and for those of you that believe that, I don't think there's anything that I can say to even try to persuade you that this is honestly just what I'm saying it is. I think some of the people that watch this channel regularly will understand that I'm trying to be as honest as I possibly can. Shoot straight down the middle and really assess this gun. That's all I'm interested in. And for those of you that don't, there's nothing I can do for you. So hopefully you enjoy it and it's entertaining nonetheless. So without further ado, let's crack this baby open. I know I have to put an optic on it, but other than that, I really don't know what I'm gonna get into. So I'm excited, let's do it. All right, guys, this is the moment of truth. We're opening this box, and as I said, this thing has not been opened yet. It came from T-Gun Vault, and then it went to Phoenix Trinity, and they have video of it coming off the FedEx truck in this box, and now we're gonna open it. See what we find in here. I'm expecting it to be a Low Pro. It's gonna be really weird video if that's not the case. Wrapped well. Oh, it's not even in a case. Just bubble wrapped. Okay, so that is the gun from the video. This is the Low Pro. Seems functional at this point. Let's drop an optic on this baby and go get this thing, see how she runs, if it runs. And if it doesn't, what we need to do to get it running. And if it does run, how we can induce some of those same malfunctions that we all saw in that video. But as of now, it appears to be a functional gun, as far as what you would assume handling a pistol like this. Trigger, everything seems to work. Safeties work. So yeah, let's drop an optic on it. So while we're doing this mounting the optic, I have a little pro tip that I've made a short on too. So if you ever need to mount an optic, play with the optic at the range, I found this to be a very good way to hold your pistol. So you just get a pair of ear pro and your gun will just sit right like that. Oh, this is broken. One of the screws is broken on this. I might have to swap plates. I have another gun here that I could swap. I have the H2 that I could because I'm only going to be able to screw one screw in. So let me grab another gun. All right, guys, so things just got a little more interesting. As we open this pistol up, we realized that this other lug screw thread post basically is sheared off, which was in the Honest Outlaw video. So see that, but then this optic plate screw, we cannot get off. We have tried everything and it is absolutely stuck on there. At the range, I'm limited on my tools and cannot get this off. So we're gonna mount an optic on this, cross our fingers that it stays on. But my concern is that this screw, this optic plate screw, is going in so tight that it could possibly be impacting the extractor. And that may be why this gun won't run. So it's hard to say at this point, but let's get this optic mounted. May fly off and hit me in the head, we'll see. But we don't need an optic to see if the gun will run, but we're gonna do what we can. So this guy's gonna go. We have different screws we're using, and I mean, this is flying by the seat of our pants, guys. Different thread or different size torques. And very interesting stuff about to take place. So we're screwing this in and maybe get one thread in there, but one thread's better than none. So, all right, we'll just, like I said, keep our fingers crossed that that optic stays on there. We're gonna continue to check it as we shoot, but whew, let's see what we can do. Let's go run this baby. Okay, so we're gonna zero this thing. Obviously, this is just dropped an optic on it, so let's see if it stays on, if it cycles, and we'll see what happens here. These are the very first shots. A little high. Yeah, I mean, these are the first shots of the day for me too, so. So it's running. Maybe I went too far. Let me see where these are hitting. So I was high, walked it down. That was me. So I think it's probably getting close. We'll go to that top one. Say that's zeroed. Those two, that third one was me, but I think that optic's still on there. Go. All right, so let's load it up and actually run this thing and see if the optic will stay on, and if it runs, we'll try to induce some malfunctions. Okay, so we're gonna start out running 115 grain. Like I said, we're gonna put 115, 124, 147s. So we're starting out down at the 115s. It's kind of a mix. I think it's mostly Fiocchi, but let's see. Turn this optic up. Okay, stove. Okay.
May not like 115.
May not. So I don't know what spring is in the gun, but this is kind of what I saw happening. Fingers up on the thumb safety here. So 2 of those. It seems like it gets 2 shots of the 115. I mean, and I guess it should be said it hasn't been touched, cleaned, lubed, anything since we took it out of the box, other than what you saw us do with the optic. Okay, we got a few more. And that's the mag. Oh, it feels like the 115 is a little different zero too, but okay, that one, I don't know what that was. Stove. Okay, so we're seeing some consistency with that video. And that was a failure to feed. These ship with MBX mags. I'm running Atlas on this one. Okay, so let's try some 124s. It obviously isn't liking the 115s. Let's try some 124s. Okay, it did not like that Fiocchi 115. So these are staccato range ammo, 124 grain. Let's see if it's ammo. Likes those. Yeah, no problem there. So yeah, does not like the 115s. That's for sure. And it may be Fiocchi in particular. I hear a lot of people don't love Fiocchi. I rarely shoot 115. I just grabbed the first batch of 115 I had. Happened to be Fiocchi. So let's try some 147s, see if it likes that. All right, next up, we're running some Badlands Jello shots, 147 grain. This stuff's the most fun, but will it run it? That's the question. No issue. I think it likes that shit.
You like it too.
I do too. Okay, so we're not running 115s today. We're running 124s, 147s. Let's go play with this thing and have some fun. Where is that one? Okay, the one-handed, that's what I was thinking. Starts to get a little iffy one-handed. So when I'm like moving over one-handed, it's not having like real full grip pressed into it. Got a stove, 1E. Let's see what it does lefty. So one-handed, I'm getting a little more than full master grip, obviously. Yeah, the one-handed seems to induce, you know, a minor, but it's running great with 2. One-handed, 1 in 10, something like that, 1 in 15. All right, let's see how it comes out of the holster, runs in situations like that. So I'm gonna run, just draw the first shot, C-zone, piece of steel, see what we can do. 118, miss, 109. Wow, right over his shoulder, 109. 111. 106. 108. 105. Oh, right over his head, 101. 107. 110. 111. Okay, the gun runs totally fine with the master grip, but it's worth mentioning, obviously, that it hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been lubed. It's been exactly how we had it out of the box. So maybe we run a couple more little drills, then take it apart, give it a thorough cleaning, lube it, and see if shooting one-handed makes a difference. No stoves doing that, and reassess the gun at that point. But let's do maybe 1 or 2 more things. All right, at the 7, we're gonna run some bill drills, and shooting this gun just plinking around, it feels really good. I like the steel grip. I love the heavy gun. So let's see if this thing will sit like I think it will. It's just about me getting the trigger going. 190. Oh, 1 right. So 187. I think I can feel that it needs to be cleaned. It feels a little sluggish. Oh, that was horrid. That was me though. That's my left eye dominant coming out crooked. Is that high? Let me mark them. That was a 176. That was a 183. Clean at a 184. Probably 1 more here. Ah, froze again. 1 high. I think so. But I had a freeze too, so. I think it feels really good. 2 hands, obviously this thing's running fine. Let's clean it, lube it, and see if it makes much of a difference, like one-handed or speeding up the slide a little bit right here. Okay, we just went through this gun, cleaned it, lubed it, oiled it, greased it, got it all nice and purty. Looks good. Let's see how she runs one-handed. Let's see if that makes a difference. So, felt good righty, no malfunctions. Real test is lefty with a glove. Let's see. I'd say it just needed a little lube, a little dry, a little dirty. Okay, so got it nice and cleaned up, lubed. It ran, no problem, righty and lefty. So let's revisit the 115s. Let's see if it just doesn't like 115s. Maybe it's just particular that it doesn't like Fiocchi, but let's see. Ran more. So yeah, I'm gonna say it doesn't like either the 115s in general or these Fiocchis. And I guess the odd thing is I have a mix in there. Maybe we should try to separate those and shoot each of the 115s and see if it's one or the other, or it's just 115s in general. Like I said, I have 1 ammo can full of 115 grain. It's labeled as Fiocchi. I think they're all Fiocchi, but it's 2 different types. One's like a brass washed and the other are your regular copper. So we separated them, and I mean, there's some interesting stuff going on. Let's see which one runs, if one runs better. So these are, I don't know what they're called. Fiocchi, just F&Js, but not the brass wash. Okay, those run. Okay, so it ran those copper jackets just fine. Let's see what it does with these. These are brass wash, and see if it's one or the other, or 115s. Yeah, so it does not like these. Okay, so what's going on with these is, look at the difference here. I think this is just a QC issue from Fiocchi, because these are both Fiocchi rounds, and I ended up just dumping these two, like half Fiocchi 115 cases into one. But these are out of spec. So the the copper, you can see it. I don't know the best way to show it, but you can see that these brass wash ones are just too long. So they will not eject properly. So don't shoot these. Shoot Sammy spec rounds. All right, so that was interesting. The 115s, it came down that it was a mix of ammo, didn't like that. So I'm back to the 147s. We're gonna run a bill drill after the cleaning and see if it makes a difference, because the slide did feel a little sluggish, even though it was getting some decent bill drills for me, and the misses were me. But let's see if we can put everything together here. Oh, that was me, man. So that was the worst one of the day. Clean, but 198, so slow. Clean at a 179, so I can't remember what we had a 17 something, right? Probably faster than a 179. Clean at a 180, so similar. But yeah, the slide feels faster. It's just me getting my trigger finger going. But let's go over here, try to shoot fast and try to induce a malfunction. All right, so I'm gonna intentionally try to induce a malfunction. I don't even know if I can, but I'm gonna try to shoot fast with a different grip and let these safeties, maybe potentially they come up and run into the slide. And then I'm gonna try with my high grip to put enough pressure on the slide to jam it up. So the first mag will be trying to get the safeties to engage, basically. Nope. Okay, so now I will try to stop the slide, basically. Because I do have a really high forward grip, so I'm always up here flirting with that slide, but let me see if I can put enough pressure on it to stop it. Yeah. Okay, so if I'm really trying, I can do that. But I really have to work at it. Like I have to intentionally do that, but I could see somebody with big old hands and glove maybe doing that. I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, I can't get it to malfunction. I'd say she's running just fine with this ammo. Optic's still on there. So fingers are crossed still, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to do. Thing runs. Back up from here. bells, dude. That little bastard. Oh, right through that window. One more. Hand's getting tired. Whew. All right, guys, that is the Phoenix Trinity Low Pro, and most importantly, the Low Pro from the Honest Outlaw video. So I want to reiterate, this video has nothing to do with Honest Outlaw. I'm not making any claims or anything against him. I don't know him, I don't care. All I care about was running this pistol. I'm very grateful that Phoenix Trinity gave me an opportunity to get this in hand and really test it out. When I watched the video that we all saw, it just didn't make sense to me, with a few exceptions. So this gun, the Low Pro, is an H Pro that comes with 2 barrels, 2 magazines, and set up for a limited optics option. But other than that, it is an H Pro. So my brother-in-law has an H Pro. I was out on this very range not long ago with my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my wife, and neither my wife or his wife could get that gun to run. They just didn't have a strong enough grip behind the gun, and it would stovepipe every time. So then myself or my brother-in-law would take the gun and it would run no problem. So I think that is worth pointing out. And then when I first got the 115s and tried to run them through this thing, I knew, okay, maybe we're in for an interesting day. And then I put 124s, 147s, and the thing ran without a hitch. We had a couple malfunction or stovepipes while shooting one-handed before I cleaned and lubed the gun. Like I said, I took this out of the box, opened the box, and ran it as is. It was dirty and it needed a little lube, but the thing even still ran 124s and 147s. After a cleaning, lefty, righty, no problem. And then two-handed was no issue. I think maybe we had 2 additional stovepipes in total. I can't remember exactly, but something to that effect. Now, other than that, I tried to get the gun to malfunction, and I was able to do it when I really tried to put my support hand thumb onto that slide. I was able to stop it. And with a slide like that, that's not a surprise. These are just buttery slides. So I can do that when I really tried, but it's not easy to do, I would say. Without a glove, it would be even harder. And then running it really fast and maybe like not pushing down on the thumb safety, tried to do that, I couldn't get it to do it. But maybe that comes down to hand size, shooting with the right hand glove, things like that. But other than that, I'm gonna say the thing ran like every other H Pro I've shot, which is great. That's my overall interpretation of this gun. Oh, with the exception of those 115s. There were 2 batches that I mentioned, both mixed into the same ammo can, and once we separated them out, we realized that one was significantly out of spec, longer, and so it makes sense that it wouldn't run those, but it ran the other ones just fine. So at the end of the day, I am gonna say, from what I saw, this gun runs. That's all there is to it. I mean, no bias, nothing, just my experience. That's it. Compared to other guns I have out here, I mean, sometimes I come out and I have 0 malfunctions. That's not uncommon. The H2 I ran the other day had no malfunctions. So this had a couple, and I mean, I don't think that's the criteria for labeling it what it was labeled. And like I said, that's just piqued my interest because it didn't make sense to me. But I'm gonna leave it for you guys to decide. I know this will split the room, as I mentioned in the intro, and you're gonna land where you're gonna land. That's up to you. That's none of my business. All I wanted to do was get out, test this thing, and give it an honest assessment, and that is where I arrived. Low Pro ran. no doubt about it. So this isn't my gun. I'm gonna be sending this back to Phoenix Trinity. I will be shooting it some more, so if things change, I will of course give you that update. But until then, please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, and I'll catch you next time.